Hey, subscribe if you love mind-blowing science facts. Humanity's quest for understanding has often led us to the edge of creation and destruction. Today, we'll explore 10 moments when scientific ambition nearly unleashed catastrophe. These are the experiments that push the boundaries of ethics, safety, and sanity. Join us as we count down the 10 most dangerous scientific experiments in history. What happens when the world's brightest minds race to split the atom? The result, the most destructive force ever unleashed. The Manhattan Project brought together scientific titans to build a weapon that could end civilization. Early fears included the possibility of igniting the atmosphere, a risk, however small, that haunted the project. The Trinity Test in 1945 unleashed a power that changed the world forever, ushering in the nuclear age. The triumph came with a warning. Humanity now held the power to destroy itself. In the world of nuclear science, a single slip can mean the difference between life and death. The stakes are unimaginably high, and the margin for error is razor thin. Sometimes, all it takes is a flash of blue light, a silent, ghostly warning that something has gone terribly wrong. In the aftermath, death can follow within days, as radiation quietly devastates the body from within, leaving little hope for recovery. At the heart of this danger was the Demon Core, a dense, silvery plutonium sphere, forged in secrecy at Los Alamos during the final days of World War II. It was designed for one purpose: to unlock the secrets of nuclear fission and to test the limits of human knowledge and courage. Scientists gathered around the core, assembling criticality experiments that brought them to the very edge of a nuclear chain reaction. They called it tickling the dragon's tail, a phrase that captured both the thrill and the terror of their work. There were no elaborate safety barriers, no remote controls. The only thing standing between the scientists and disaster was the steady hand and sharp focus of the physicists performing the experiment. In August 1945, a young physicist named Harry Daghlian was working late, stacking tungsten carbide bricks around the core to test its reactivity. In a moment of fatigue, his hand slipped, and a brick fell onto the core, instantly triggering a burst of deadly radiation. Daghlian fought to remove the brick, but the damage was done. He succumbed to radiation poisoning 25 days later, becoming the first victim of the Demon Core. Less than a year later, in May 1946, another physicist, Louis Slotin, prepared to demonstrate a similar experiment, using nothing but a screwdriver to separate two beryllium hemispheres from the core. He was fully aware of the risks, joking that he was flirting with a dragon. Suddenly, the screwdriver slipped, the hemispheres snapped shut, and the core went critical again, unleashing a lethal dose of radiation in a fraction of a second. Slotin reacted instantly, pulling the hemisphere apart and stopping the reaction. His quick thinking saved the lives of his colleagues, but he had absorbed a fatal dose. Slotin died 9 days later, his sacrifice a somber reminder of the dangers lurking in the pursuit of scientific discovery. After these tragedies, the Demon Core was finally retired, never to be used in another experiment. It became a symbol of both human ambition and the peril that comes with pushing the boundaries of knowledge. The lessons learned from these accidents changed the way nuclear science was practiced forever, ushering in new safety protocols and a deeper respect for the invisible forces at play. In the shadow of the Demon Core, scientists realized that even the smallest error could be fatal, a sobering truth that continues to shape the world of nuclear research to this day. Did the US Navy really make a ship disappear? This question has haunted conspiracy theorists, science fiction fans, and naval historians for decades. The idea that a massive warship could simply vanish from sight, only to reappear hundreds of miles away, sounds like something out of a Hollywood blockbuster. But for some, it's a mystery that demands answers. Enter the legend of the Philadelphia experiment, a story that has become one of the most enduring naval mysteries of the 20th century. According to the tale, in 1943, the USS Eldridge was the subject of a top-secret experiment The ship, it said, was rendered invisible to enemy radar and even to the naked eye before being teleported from Philadelphia to Norfolk, Virginia, in a matter of moments. When the Eldridge reappeared, the story goes, chaos reigned. Some sailors were found fused into the metal bulkheads, while others were left traumatized, their minds shattered by the experience. The supposed experiment left a trail of horror and confusion in its wake. It's a tale that blurs the line between science fiction and reality, inspiring countless books, movies, and late-night debates. The Philadelphia experiment has become a symbol of the dangers and the allure of tampering with the very fabric of reality. The story warns us about the unforeseen consequences of unchecked scientific ambition. It taps into our deepest fears about what might happen if we push the boundaries of knowledge too far, and what secrets might be hidden behind closed military doors. The US Navy, for its part, has always denied that anything out of the ordinary ever happened aboard the Eldridge. Official statements and documents insist that the story is nothing more than a myth. Historians and researchers have pored over naval records, searching for any evidence to support the claims. Time and again, they found nothing to suggest that the Philadelphia experiment was real. In reality, the USS Eldridge was simply involved in routine degaussing trials, procedures designed to protect ships from magnetic mines. There was no invisibility, no teleportation, and no sinister experiment. Yet despite all the evidence to the contrary, the legend of the Philadelphia experiment endures. It remains a testament to our fascination with the unknown and our endless curiosity about what might be possible, if only for a moment a ship could truly become a ghost. The Stanford Prison Experiment, the power to corrupt. In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo created a mock prison with college students as guards and prisoners. The simulation spiraled into psychological abuse and cruelty within days. The experiment, meant to last 2 weeks, was shut down after 6 days due to the extreme distress of participants. It remains a chilling lesson in how easily ordinary people can be consumed by power. The Chernobyl Test, a safety check from hell. In 1986, a safety test at Chernobyl's reactor 4 went catastrophically wrong. Operators disabled safety systems and pushed the reactor into instability. A massive power surge caused explosions, exposing the core and releasing radioactive material across Europe. The disaster forced mass evacuations and left a toxic legacy. Chernobyl was not a single mistake, but a cascade of human error and flawed design. It stands as a grim warning of the cost of hubris in science. MKUltra, the CIA's mind control mission. In the 1950s, the CIA launched secret experiments to control the human mind. Unwitting subjects were dosed with LSD, hypnotized, and subjected to psychological abuse. The project violated ethics and human rights, leaving some with permanent damage. Most records were destroyed, but surviving files exposed the truth. MKUltra remains a dark chapter in the history of science and government overreach. Could smashing atoms together create a black hole on Earth? When the Large Hadron Collider launched in 2008, fears spread that it could destroy the planet. Scientists explained that even if microscopic black holes formed, they'd evaporate instantly. Cosmic rays hit Earth with more energy than the LHC every day, without disaster. The LHC is a safe window into the universe's secrets, not a doomsday device. Sometimes the scariest science is just misunderstood. What happens when you detonate a nuclear bomb in space? In 1962, the US exploded a warhead above the Pacific, Starfish Prime. The blast created a dazzling aurora, but also unleashed a massive electromagnetic pulse. In Hawaii, streetlights failed and electronics were fried. The explosion created a radiation belt that damaged or destroyed a third of all satellites in low Earth orbit. Starfish Prime showed how even space is vulnerable to human recklessness. The experiment left a permanent mark on our planet's environment. Can science bring the dead back to life? This question has haunted humanity for centuries, inspiring countless stories, legends, and experiments. In the early 20th century, as scientific knowledge advanced at a rapid pace, Some researchers dared to push the boundaries of what was thought possible. Laboratories became the stage for bold and sometimes disturbing attempts to challenge the very definition of life and death. Among the most infamous of these were the Soviet scientists, who embarked on a series of shocking experiments. Driven by a desire to unlock the secrets of life, they attempted the unthinkable with severed dog heads. Their work was both groundbreaking and deeply controversial, capturing the attention of the world and sparking heated debates. At the center of this scientific storm was Vladimir Demikov, a pioneering surgeon. In a series of astonishing procedures, Demikov grafted the head and forelegs of a puppy onto the body of an adult dog. The result was a living, breathing, two-headed creature, an animal that could see, eat, and even lap up water with both heads. The world watched in disbelief as these chimeric animals moved and responded, a testament to the power and peril of experimental surgery. Yet, the reality behind the spectacle was grim. The experiments were undeniably cruel, and the dogs, subjected to immense trauma, survived only for days or at best a few weeks. Their suffering was evident, and the fleeting nature of their existence underscored the high cost of such scientific ambition. The images of these weakened, struggling animals remain haunting to this day. These grotesque chimeras force the world to confront difficult questions. How far should science go in its quest for knowledge? What are the moral boundaries that should never be crossed, even in the name of progress? The sight of these unnatural creatures raise profound ethical dilemmas about the limits of scientific exploration and the responsibilities of those who pursue it. Even before Demikov's two-headed dogs, Soviet researchers had already shocked the world with their design experiments. In the 1940s, scientists managed to keep severed dog heads alive for short periods using elaborate machines that pumped blood and oxygen. These disembodied heads could blink, react to stimuli, and even lap up food, all while separated from their bodies. A macabre demonstration of life sustained by technology alone. Such acts blurred the line between pioneering research and outright horror. The laboratories, filled with strange machines and determined scientists, became places where the unimaginable was made real. The world was left to wonder, were these men visionaries, or had they gone too far in their pursuit of scientific glory? Today, these experiments remain a chilling reminder of what can happen when science is unchecked by ethics. They serve as a stark warning, a testament to both the incredible potential and the grave dangers of human curiosity, and a call to always weigh progress against compassion. Is it possible to control the weather with a machine? In the 1950s, Wilhelm Reich claimed his cloudbuster could manipulate a mysterious energy called orgone to make it rain. He warned of catastrophic consequences if misused, but his theories were never accepted by science. The FDA shut down his work, calling it dangerous fraud. The cloudbuster is a cautionary tale about pseudoscience and the dangers of abandoning the scientific method. Sometimes the real risk is believing in the impossible. From atomic fire to psychological torment, these experiments reveal the double-edged sword of human curiosity. They remind us that the same drive for discovery can lead to both miracles and disasters. The stories of the Demon Core, Chernobyl, and MK Ultra are warnings etched in history. As we push into new frontiers, we must ask, not just can we, but should we? The pursuit of knowledge demands wisdom and responsibility. Which experiment shocked you most? Let us know in the comments.